We are saints becoming like Christ. Do not struggle with what Christ has already done in you. If we say, I am the righteousness of God, I'm not boasting. I'm not trying to convince myself to become that. It's what He has already made me. If I say I'm a saint, it's not pride streaming out of me. It's a position where He has removed me from and He has put me. It's a qualification that comes from God. If I say I'm a saint, amen. I'm not talking about the level of my maturity, such that I compare to those who have gone ahead of us and have done magnificent things. No, I'm merely talking about the position where Christ has put me. Amen. That's why the Bible is telling us that this righteousness comes of faith. It is of faith. It is not something that you are going to work for. It is not something that you are going to struggle through for. It is something that comes when you accept God. It's a position that you are given because you accept God. You see yourself for who Christ has made you to be. Amen. You see yourself for who what? Christ has made you to be. If Christ has called you a saint, do not then call yourself a sinner. Amen. A sinner is a position of an unbeliever. Someone who continues in sin. Amen. I made it clear. A saint, you are a child of God. When we are, as I said, Christians, we are saints becoming like Christ. Meaning our faith, our character is still being perfected, but we have been removed from the statement or from the position of hopelessness to a position where we have hope to become like Christ. Amen. We have been given the life of God to become like Christ. You are not bound in sin, so as such that when you fall, you are hopeless to think this. No, that's not your identity. You might be struggling with that, but God doesn't identify you as that. You might be struggling with a sin, but God doesn't label you with your sin. He says, you are my child. Amen. We are children of God. That's our identity. Amen. Children of God. You may be struggling with something, but it doesn't change your identity. And the enemy cannot change God. He cannot change your identity. You are born of God. You are a child of God. Amen. But what does he struggle to do? To make sure that you believe you are not. To make sure that he distorts the known character of God in your life, so that you believe the wrong things. You start struggling with the wrong things. You start struggling to fix the wrong things that cannot be fixed by the way you're doing them. Amen. He says, you should rather confess who you are. If you do, you're not being proudful. It's not pride. But if you don't, you're going to be defeated. Amen. You're going to be defeated in sin. You're going to be defeated or made to think that Christ has not done anything that has changed you. Amen. It is important, therefore, that we renew our perception to what Christ has done in us. Amen.